Hello students, with warm welcome to all of you. I would like to start this 16th video lecturing session on financial markets and services. This is the second unit of this particular subject, that is non-banking financial intermediaries. Moving further, subtitle of this session is Lease Finance, Meaning and its Features. So this is what we are going to discuss in another 15 minutes of this session. Moving further, have a quick recap on the previous class. In our previous class, we had discussed about hire purchase finance, its meaning, its features, and we had differentiated hire purchase from that of the lease financing. So the learning objectives of the chapter remains the same to 24th session. We have already read it out, and the session outcomes. So by the end of this particular session, you should be able to explain the concept of lease, what exactly the lease is all about, and understand the features of lease. Further, so this is the objective set out for this particular session. So lease, what is it? Leasing is an agreement between two parties. Who are they? They are lessee and lessor, or we call them lessor and lessee. Lessor is the owner and lessee is the we call him as the service receiver, we can call him as. So a lease is an agreement between two parties, leasing company or lessor. Leasing company, we call it as lessor, and the user is, for user we term as lessee. So whereby the farmer arranges to buy capital equipment. Farmer, in the sense the lessor or the leasing company, arranges to buy capital equipments for the use of the later refers to the lessee, for an agreed period of time in return for the payment of rents. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ಏವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಶಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಇದರೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿವೇಲಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮಾರು 1000 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 100 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಥರದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏವಿಯೇಷನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ವಿಮಾನನ ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಏವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ರೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೆಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಲೈಟರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೆಮ್. ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಲೀಸ್. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ಸಾರ್. Who is he? Is the owner of asset. What does he do? What is his main business? Leasing is his core business. Then the second party is both the parties. It is wrong actually. I just correct it. Yeah, now it's correct. The second party is lessee. Who is he? He is the user of the asset. And what is his core business? Leasing is the indirect source of financing. So giving assets, capital assets, is the core business of the lessor, and availing those capital assets based on lease is the core business of lessee. Okay, so what are the features of leasing? The very first feature goes like this: assets owned by lessor is used by lessee for what? For which he make periodical lease rentals. So periodical lease rentals are the compensation paid by the lessee for the utilization of the capital assets owned by the lessor. Simple. We go to the next point, next feature. Ownership of the lease remains with the lessor throughout the period of the lease. Or we can say the ownership of the capital good which is leased to the lessee will remain with the lessor throughout the lease period, or in some cases there is an option to the lessee to bargain with the lessor and pay some convenient amount and purchase the capital good. But majority of the cases, uh, lessor do not agree. He himself retains the asset, and if he wants to clear it off, then only he will convince, otherwise he doesn't. And the next point, the scrap value of the asset is enjoyed by the lessor as he is the owner of the asset. Yes, because if it is purchased by the lessee out of his own funds, then we will not call him as lessee. He will be the owner. The At the end of the life of the asset, he will sell it. But it is purchased by the now in this case in the lease finance, it is purchased by the lessor. At the end of the life period of that particular asset, he will sell it. During that situation only, lessee has the option to bargain with the lessor and to purchase. Otherwise, lessee will not enjoy the sale proceeds of the residual value of the asset. Only the lessor enjoys it because he is the owner. And the fourth feature is like this: period of the lease agreement may be throughout the economic life of the asset or for a period shorter than that. ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಸ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡು ಅದರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಅದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕನೂ ಲೀಸ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್ನ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯೇ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಶಾರ್ಟರ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಟ್, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒಂದು ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅದರ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡಿಟಿನ ಹೇಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಅದರ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಫು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಇದು ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಲೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕವೇಟರ್ಸ್, ಎಸ್ಕಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮುಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದನ್ನ ಲೀಸ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಶಾರ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಓನರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಸ್ಸರು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ನ ಓನರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನನ್ನು ಅವನೇ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. But in case of hire purchase system, even though the hire vendor is the owner, the hire purchaser will claim the depreciation. Okay. The next point is lease rental payments made by lessee is allowed as deduction for tax purposes. So this is a benefit for the lessee and it is a feature of leasing. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫೀಚರ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಟು ದ ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ. So these are all the list of features of lease financing. We have arrived at the stage of multiple choice questions. The very first question is like this: the person who tends the ownership right of property is lessor, lessee, payer, none of the is. The answer would be lessor. Yes, the right answer is lessor. Tends is nothing but one who endorses or one who provides it for a specified period. We call him as lessor. The next question: which are the two persons in lease agreement? Lessor and lessee, payer and payee, drawer and drawee, none of these. So technically they are lessor and lessee. So third question: leasing is an indirect source of financing for lessor, lessee, payer, drawer. So it is for lessee, of course. So this is a benefit of lease financing to the lessee. So leasing is an indirect source of financing for the lessee. So leasing is the core business for whom? Leasing is the core business for, we'll see options first. It is for lessor, lessee, payer and drawer. So the right answer would be lessor. Yes, we already discussed about it. And the fifth question goes like this. In case of lease finance, dash makes a periodical lease rentals. Lessor, that is nothing but who pays the periodical rentals and the equation. So the options we have got is lessor, lessee, payer, drawer. The right answer would be lessee. Yes, it is lessee. So we have ended up this session. So these are the sources of information which you have referred. You can also refer. So we will meet in the next session. Thank you.